you can see this is the coral rock. And by the look, you can tell this place was not built, it is carving. So you can imagine one time, this used to be a solid rock. This was gate number 2, and this gate was used to bring in weapons from the ship. So you find the ship would come, dock outside there, and then all the weapons from the ship were brought into the forces in that entrance. And we have a cave here that was being used as the ambush, the ammunition.
And this was solid rock, huh?
Yep.
Wow. How long did it take to build this?
3 years, from 1593 to 1596, by the help of the skilled labor from India and forced labor from the locals.
Yep, slavery, huh?
Yep. This is the ammunition store. This is where they used to keep their weapons. And then during the British time, you remember the entire fort was a prison, yeah? This is where main criminals were being jailed during the British time. So it was cell for the men during the British time, armory during the Portuguese time. So you can imagine how hard it was for these people to come up with all this carving.
You can't see anything, but...
And you can imagine for such a rock to be this way, it means it took millions and million years. So you find about 200 million years ago, there was no island of Mombasa. Mombasa was part of the ocean. So I've just told you the fort is in a shape of a cross, yeah? Assume now I'm the fort. This is the right arm. Let's come and have a look. Can you see? This is the right arm. The curve here is the shoulder to the right arm. Can you see? So you find all these rooms were being used by the Portuguese as supply schools, but now they have been renovated. We have the supply offices for the museum. So from the right arm we have the head part. This is the head part. So the head part used to be the captain's house for the Portuguese.
So this is the head part?
Yeah. You see right arm?
Right.
Head part.
The head.
Captain's house. So we walk through the head part, we go to the left arm, and then back to the stomach where you can see the grass. And then we end our tour at the 2 legs. So from the aerial view, it's somebody lying this way.
Oh, it's like, what was that with our Dweller?
Temple Man. Yep. Need to get that, bring that book with me.
Old Mombasa town, the first town to develop in Kenya. So you find, during all those times, these Omani Arabs, they never went to the interior part of Kenya. So we had some special tribes in Kenya that used to, they were famously known as long distance traders. So they could bring slaves and other natural resources from the interior part to Mombasa here, now the old town. And then these Omani Arabs would bring things from India, China to this point. And this is where the trade was. So that's what Mombasa town. Yeah, this is part where. So that's now the northern part of Mombasa. That's a watchtower. We have about 8 of them. So in each and
That's
every
the watchtower here?
Yeah, there was a soldier who was in a position to spy enemies from outside.
Is this where they would shoot out of here?
Yeah, so you could find 5 soldiers operating the cannon, and then those who are using guns who line themselves here, ready to shoot whoever was coming closer to the fort.
Are these the original cannons?
Yep, that were brought by the British in 18th century. You can see the big town. That's how they took the British cannon. But the Portuguese cannons are very old. I'll show you.
What is this large stone used for?
No information about it.
No information, okay.
You remember where we were? The second gate?
Yes.
This is how you can tell the British
Like that
cannons.
Rosetta Stone.
The Queen's Crown. Another watchtower to view the deep sea. So from that point, they were in a position to see a ship coming from the deeper part of the ocean.
fabric.
Wow. From here, it also looks nice.
So this is the east part. You see the east is ocean, north, south, west. This is the shoulder to the left hand.
Are those
Shoulder.
No. These are renovations that have been done later. You can see the right arm, yeah?
Yes.
And then this is now the head part. This is the shoulder to the left arm. We are now heading to the left arm.
Okay.
And can you see the white pillar inside the water? Those are the navigatory pillars that were used to show the direction of the old ports. But nowadays, for the ship to go to the current port, they use the lighthouse.
the obelisk?
Yep.
So here it's a different version of it, which is interesting. Yeah. And then in Diani, just seeing like maybe the sex tourism and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Rough, so.
They've been exploiting Africans since they got here.
Yeah.
Every culture comes to Africa and
Diani,
exploits it.
You find most of the properties in Diani are owned by the Germans. And then when you go to the northern part, you find most of the properties are owned by the Italians.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like in Niali is Italian.
So Nyali, as you're going all the way to Malindi,
Okay.
so you find those parts are dominated by the Italians, and then in Diani, the Germans.
Okay, because it's close to Kansas.
So you can see the difference between this cannon and the other one. These are both cannon. It's much closer from the other one, and it's a bit longer.
They took off their robes. Now they're politicians, doctors, lawyers, school teachers, hospitals, people, police officers. Yeah, that's who the Ku Klux Klan is now in America.
And maybe that's why they are doing the killings of the blacks and all that.
Exactly. Exactly.
And how strong is the Black Panthers?
About as strong as, not very strong at all. I don't want to say anything negative on camera, but black people are powerless all around the world. I mean, that's just the truth.
But
So-
how is it now that everything is being exposed and all that? Is there any hope for that racism and all
Well,
that?
unfortunately, I've concluded, along with others, that the people who started racism have to be the one to finish it. If that was the case, black people would have stopped it a long time ago, but we're powerless, It's like you got these cannons and stuff here. Locals didn't have what they had, spears and arrows.
Yeah.
Can't fight against that. Same with, Black Panthers could stand up and any black person could, march and say, end racism, but the people who started racism have to be the people who ended it. Just like the people who started this had to ended it, So unfortunately, it's nowhere near being dismantled.
So you find during the time of the Portuguese, this used to be the kitchen. You can see the chimney.
And this is their kitchen, huh?
During the Portuguese time. By then they were using firewood. That's why you can see
This is the kitchen area.
chimney. And then during the British time, the entire fort was a prison. So this is where the women prisoners were being jailed. But now, it became a historical site, this has been being used as a funeral shop.
I left my water.
Portugal still here. Prince Henry the Navigator. First person
They were-
to start school of navigation.
They were taught how to navigate by Africans. It's crazy. Now he's the one that's the first teacher of it. What is this?
You remember I told you about the siege, the 2 years, 9 months siege, 1696 to 98.
Yes.
So you find in 1687 there was a Portuguese ship that arrived to come and end this prolonged siege, but it was sunk by these Omani Arabs. So later, that was in 1687. In 1927, the Kenyan government did an expedition to try and get the remains of that ship. This is what they managed to get. And then this is just a model of an ocean in a diverse distribution of
This is
activities conducted by the original remains obtained from that ship are here.
shipwreck excavation.
Yep. Sunk in 1697, excavation done in 1977 by the Kenyan government. So most of the porcelains were from China. Chinese were able to come up with the porcelains from 14th century, and maize was introduced by these Portuguese in Kenya. But during those years, most of the people around Kenya were hunters and gatherers. Used to feed on fruits, honey, and all that. So all these have been donated to the museum from India. Back in India in 17th century, such seats were used for by special people like the kings, the sheikh. This is a Persian chest. With the Omani Arabs, they could use these to store their treasures.
No more gold in there now?
Nothing.
I say nothing now, huh? I was about to look. Take me a bar of gold home.
Come and have a look at the porcelains from the south to the north. This is how the coast of Kenya is. You are in Diani, yeah? This is part of Diani. Can you see where Fort Jesus is?
Yep.
So we are in Mombasa County. You came from Diani. This is another county called Kwale County. So this is part of the north. You see where Vasco da Gama is? A town called Malindi. That's where we have that Vasco da Gama that was erected in 1488. When you go this way, you go to Tana River County, Lamu County. Lamu County was a good place for tourism. Not until the Al-Shabaab started attacking the place, because Lamu borders Somalia. So due to those attacks, it is not a secure place anymore for tourism. So artifacts from 19th century, excavated from different historical sites in Kenya, all the way to 19th century, the other side. So you see things are evolving from one century to the other.
What is this?
The type of ships
A rendition
that
of a
these
ship
Arabs
here?
were using, yeah. But then there were no engines, so they could use such sails, depending on the movement of the monsoon winds, to sail from one direction to the other.
So this is an area view of Fort Jesus here?
Can you see it?
Yeah, I don't really see the body, but I could kind of, you know,
So
the head here.
the right arm, head part, that's the left arm, that's the stomach part, and then you have the two legs. So at the moment we are here at the rib, the left rib. We started here, the right arm, head part, left arm, we are now here. We're doing now to the stomach part.
Because I see the arm.
The temple of man.
Like I understand the arm and the other arm. But isn't this one short? Is there more to it? Was there another building?
Yeah, you will remember we have just shown you the supply stores and all.
Yes.
It is here in the right side.
Yeah.
So you find in the left arm, it's where we are. We are.
Here.
At the moment, there is nothing but to do with that side. Only this was so this whole where we are here right now used to be the main barracks.
So this is
Now in 1960,
Japanese.
the way it is now.
It's small. Doesn't it seem small?
It's big, going all the way.
Old guns, swords. Says silver anklets, huh? Those are anklets. They wore those on their ankles. Those are pretty. Those look pretty heavy.
Can you see number 4?
Yep.
It's made
That's
of
ivory.
You can imagine a whole elephant being killed.
Just for that.
And there was a lot of demand of ivory from
Look
China.
like the necklaces I made. I suspect the Arabs didn't use those combs.
That's 19th century.
Bow and arrow. Wow. This is the stomach area or chest.
We're good. I was like, why are the cannons here?
Yeah, I heard you. I figured that they moved them. It wouldn't do no good having them pointing at each other.
Yeah.
Indian almond. These are some of the trees, the plants that were introduced in Kenya by the Portuguese.
Almond tree?
Indian almond tree.
Does it produce fruit?
Yeah, and they're edible, very sweet. The almonds.
When are they produce fruit? What time of year?
Normally, we are in May, yeah?
Yeah.
So during August.
In August?
Lot of,
So we can come back in August and get a almond?
Yep. You remember the Portuguese were Christians, yeah? This is where the church used to be, a big chapel. But when the Arabs came, they had to bring it down. But with the Oman Arabs, they never built the mosque inside the fort because they already had their mosque outside. So when we'll be doing the old town tour, you will be in a position to see the mosque that were used by the
So
Oman
all this was a church at one point?
Yeah. This part here was chapel. So this is the left leg. Can you see? This building was not there, it was built in 1960 and it is the administration block for the museum. So we went to the building there. Initially during the that part is the burial site. So that building was built on top of the graves. That's the left leg. We have the right leg there. It was only men. Yeah. There were no women to this.
This was a toilet. And there is a well.
So in 1990, there was a skeleton that was discovered here by one of the museum workers, and they had to take it to the archaeological department for them to do research and find who was the person that was buried here. So according to their research, they discovered it was a skeleton of one
Yeah,
of
don't lean on that.
soldiers. So when the museum realized it was a Portuguese skeleton, they decided to give the whoever person the Christian honor and reburied the skeleton 6 feet deep and came up with a replica to show how it was found. So this is not the real skeleton. The real one is in the same place, 6 feet deep. It's just a replica. But now there we have a real skeleton. Can you guess who is that?
Wow. That's a real skeleton?
Overweight.
That's a whale?
Yep. So let's go up there first and then we'll end there.
A well?
Wow.
During the Portuguese time, this part was being used as the dispensary for the soldiers, but when the Arabs came, they made this now to be the Sultan's house. This is where the Sultan was located, but the entire fort was the Sultan's palace. Now you find all these renovations. You see the place also has been renovated just like the other room where we were. So you find all this renovation has been done by the Sultanate of Oman. Until to date, they still fund maintenance of this fort.
Man, their bullets were huge.
Some of the toilets and the guns the Omani Arabs are using. the lineage of the rulers who ruled Zanzibar from the first, the famous Sultan Said. This was the last year Sultan of Oman, but he died last year. And then can you see their trade routes, how they used to trade in the country, Muscat, all the way to Madagascar, India, China.
Elephant tusk.
So this is how they could conduct the trade, the barter trade, the exchange of goods and goods. So from Kenya we could get such elephant tusk, ivory, and also natural resources and slaves. And then this is what they could bring to Kenya. So the main commodities they were bringing to Kenya were spices. That's why until to date we have a spice market, which was once being used as the slave market. So when the British came and abolished the slave trade, it was now converted to be the spice market. Here is about the current mode of dressing for the ladies, the men.
They're still similar dress like this now, still here.
Currently, this is current mode of dressing. So it's all about marketing woman.
Oh, I have seen a man on TikTok dressed like that.
Yeah, I think he looks like that.
السياحية الجميلة من بيتها مسندة.
So that's the time for my home guys. They want to show that Oman has got good relationship with other countries.
Is that the Queen of England?
Some more documentaries to show how current Oman is.
How come in every photo she's like this?
I don't know.
Because every photo I saw, she's like this.
You see the white building? This was the first court of law in Kenya during the colonial time.
This white building?
Yep. Right now it is being used as the Court of Appeal of Mombasa. You can see how deep the place is. So if you all information here, it's all about Oman.
So how do they get this? This is a whale?
So the whale was found in 1992.
1992?
Yeah, along the coast, but it was dead. So it seems it died.
It washed up on the sea? I mean, washed up?
Did the research, they found it was a juvenile of about 19 to 25 years. This is a young one. So they have got the spine, the ribs.
Ribs. That is massive.
A species of whale called humpback.
The humpback
The weight of
whale.
a humpback can go up to 44 tons.
44 tons. Look at his skull.
And the lifespan goes up to 100 years. This one was about 19 to 25 years. So you can imagine how big it can be.
Wow. Pictures of him.
The blue whale is the largest.
Blue
The
whale.
weight of a blue whale goes up to 200 metric tons.
Do whales bite?
Blue
Do they
whale.
bite or fight?
Like,
I don't know. Yeah. What was this?
So during the colonial time, the British time, in 1896, that's when the British started a mega project of construction of Kenya-Uganda Railway. So these are the trolleys and the carriers that were being used by them. This one could be used to carry goods, and this one people.
Yeah.
Not everyone could be carried by this. Only the British and then Africans used to push them. So
Wow.
these ones were obtained from the old boats.
Yep. Very angry. This is very upsetting.